Well, hello everyone. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. I'm doing okay myself. Hey, you want to stop? No? You're showing everybody your butt. That is horrible.
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
Sorry everybody. There's no sense. No sense to you. No shame. Don't jump back up here. And get this out because it sounds fine. Put that over there. No, you stay back. God, it's just crazy. Freaking circus every time. You know, he has not been in here for like the past hour and a half. I don't know what he was doing. He's probably sleeping, so now he's all ramped up and ready to go. You knock your stuff off. Knock it off. No, we're live. Yep, here we are. So, like I said, I hope you're doing well. I said I'm doing okay. My real life job, this is a bad time, a very busy time. The transitioning from winter into spring, there's a whole lot to do. And sometimes Mother Nature's really nice and just kind of casually
Sector
walks
weather
between the
alert. A
seasons.
large sandstorm is approaching.
Other times it's just chaos. And this is one of those years where it's chaos and we are paying the price. Plus, we had some family stuff, a little family issue popped up with my mother. So that's why I wasn't able to stream on Wednesday. But we are here tonight. He moved that camera, didn't he? Yeah, he sure did. Hey, there we go. Now we're back on track. So, we are off. Tonight we're going to talk about the big announcement from Funcom, what my thoughts are. I'd love to hear you guys' opinions as well. Uh, we have not too many, but we've got a decent amount of Landsraad. I have not gotten the playtime that I would prefer. This number has really built up, so we're going to have to get rid of that. We have been trying to focus mainly on just doing combat to
Sector
get that
weather
number
alert.
down.
A large sandstorm
There's a
is approaching.
sandstorm. I flew into a sandstorm. I was coming from the overland map and landed on here. And as soon as I landed, I'm arms up in the air and stuff. I thought it wasn't supposed to happen anymore. But anyway, sandstorms. But yeah, so, and we might take a stroll back into the radiation lab, dungeon, whatever you want to call it. I was able to, from my last stream Monday, after counted it out, 21 tries. On try number 22, we finally got the accelerator power pack to drop. And we were super happy about that. And then I told you guys I wasn't going to force you to watch me do this again because who knows how long it was going to take. Um, After the stream, I ran it twice and got another pattern to drop because, of course, you know. So maybe we've broken that mold, whatever you want to call it. But we might take a stroll in there because even though we have one, you need a second pattern in order to be able to repair it. And then also, backups aren't a bad thing. Um, Two great improvements. Number one, this power pack, which a 900 power pool versus an 800 power pool. It seems like not that much, but it actually kind of is. You do notice it. So that's nice. We don't have flashing shields quite as much as we used to, and we're able to get a whole lot more distance when we're flying around. As you can see here, the durability on this sucker is 187. I had a guildmate make that for me who spent more time working on crafting than I did, and he was kind enough to make that for me. So, hooray. And I also finally got a pattern again. Guildmate hooked me up with that for a shell burster with some power on it. So I finally got a scatter gun that's worth something. Um, I hope that the same thing occurs here, that now that I've got this, it'll start dropping more and more for me. But anyway. But let's talk about the changes. Let me see. I'm not going to put it up. I have it up somewhere. But Funcom has announced that after doing a whole bunch of internal research and throwing some numbers around, like 80% of the player base and etc., that they have decided that they are going to create 2 instances of the Deep Desert for every server. One that is strictly PvE, so there is no player combat involved, even at the shipwrecks and testing stations. And then there will be one that is, I can't say completely PvP, because the very first row, row A, is going to kind of be a safe zone, which makes sense because when you spawn in, otherwise people just sit there and spawn camp. They may still kind of sit around at the entrances and wait for people to show up, but otherwise the whole area is going to be PvP. To reflect the difficulty or the nature of such a situation, they're applying a 2.5%, or 2.5 modifier, not percent, just straight up 2.5 modifier to everything that you mine or harvest. So spice, I guess maybe flower sand gets looped into that as well. And then, of course, any of the materials, the iron ores, the titanium, strontium, copper, stones, whatever. I don't think they're going to increase shipwrecks, caves, and testing station loot. I believe that's going to remain the same. They also announced that with this change, they are going to make every area in Haga PvE. There's very few spots that are PvP. Shoal is one, usually it's shipwrecks that you see here, but there's also the areas that are like the Harkonnen or the Atreides bases, that when you go into it, it gives you the PvP warning. Those are all going away. So Haga Basin is going to be straight PvE, and then there'll be 2 deep deserts to go to. That update also said they're going to be doing custom servers, but I'm not going to hint on that because I don't really know enough about it, so we'll stop at that. So, my thoughts. This is... Okay, let's say that you have a broken arm. You do something, you fall down, you hit it, do whatever, and your arm breaks. You've got a problem. So you go and you get a couple splints and you wrap it around so that your arm's not flopping around. And that kind of solves an issue, but you've still got a broken arm. That's how I see this. I'm not trying to talk crap. I'm not trying to be mean. Hey, what's up, Ripper? Glad you caught it as well, bud. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to be a naysayer. The problem with Dune Awakening isn't that some areas are PvP, some are PvE. It's not that players get out there, they get ganked, etc. The problem is with PvP itself. This game has always had, I know, buddy, it has always been kind of a Wild West scenario as far as PvP goes. There are no rules, there's no regulations, there's no structure. It's just chance encounters in a specific area, and whatever happens, happens. And that is the underlying issue, the fact that there is a non-directional PvP. If they were to, let's say, have an arena or have tournaments or bracketing or stat tracking, things like that, that would have a huge difference on PvP in this game. I do not shy away from PvP. I play lots of shooter games, a lot of first-person shooter games. Used to do Crucible and Trials and Iron Banner when I was playing Destiny. Played Call of Duty. I'm not a Battle Royale fan, so I don't do those very often, but multiplayers. But yeah, Call of Duty and Battlefield. So I like those kind of games, but those kind of games all have several things that Dune Awakening doesn't. Number one, like I said, structure. When you go into the Crucible in Destiny, the match is over when you get so many kills. And you can track your stats to see how well you're doing. I don't look at somebody with a KD. KD it's a measure of your performance, but it's not telling the entire story. So KD is important, gives you an idea of your basic performance, but there are a lot of variables. And especially like in some people don't like it so much, but when you have like a KDA where you get the kills versus your deaths or kills and assists, when they start adding assists in there, people say, "Well, that's not real. You didn't get the kill." But the same concept there is somebody else could fire. You know, if it takes 5 bullets to kill somebody, somebody else puts 4, you put 1, you get the kill. You only did 20% of the work, so it's really not measuring anything except being the last guy to put some damage on them, and cherry picking exists, etc. But anyway, um, I like PvP when there's a point, when there's a purpose, and it's very well structured. Um, if I lose a fight in PvP, it's a learning experience for me to where what did I do wrong? One of the benefits of having this setup, and even before I would do it as well, when I was playing on PlayStation, I would record matches to see how I lost. And 90% of the time, it was because of me. Like, I went out from cover when I shouldn't have. I thought I had a clear shot, I didn't. I ran into an area where I shouldn't have been. Most of the time, I could see something that I did wrong that let my opponent win that engagement. Sometimes they're just better than me. That happens. But in most cases, it would be something I did. And that allowed me to get better and say to myself, don't do that next time. And that is how I improved in PvP gaming. So I mean, the whole point of this is when I look at my previous experience with PvP games, and I do have fun. I love playing PvP. There needs to be something set up that controls it. We have to have parameters. We're working within certain things. And this isn't it. It's just you walked into an area, people shot at you. The problem with that is when there's no rules to how engagements occur, there's no rules to how engagements occur. Personally, I don't know. I make a lot of fireflies. That's the problem they fixed with the patch. I think they'll add the structure later in this year. They're supposed to. They said they're doing a rework of PvP we're going to see. I'm not sure exactly what that's going to be, but we'll see what it is. Hopefully it is. And maybe this is a partial change heading towards that. But let's look lore-wise. If you watch the movies, read the books, most of the combat in the Dune universe between the houses was usually like behind the scenes assassination type stuff. But whenever two players, people, you think of it like with Fade Routha and Paul, they, you know, faced each other. There's a bunch of people standing around watching. It was a fight to the death. Um, Jamis Jamis and Paul. You have a lot of these one-on-one duels where it's not fighting, it's duels. Now, when you watch the movies, I miss a rabbit hair stuck to my headset. Um, you have those, and they highlight that because it's something that's awesome on film. You know, it's grandiose, and that's what stories are told of: is two people fighting to the death, face to face. You also see the big battles, like the Battle of Arakeen, and then the battle at the end when the Fremen attack to dethrone the Emperor. You have these huge, massive um, fights with aircraft and riding on worms and thousands of men. We don't have either of those in this game. Number one, there is no specific menu. There's no way to duel one person other than what we set up ourselves, which means we might make the rules, but they don't have to be followed. I could say, hey, you want to one-on-one, and me and another person would be like, yeah, let's do it. And we go and we do it, and it could work out great. But also, other people could third party both of us, or one of my opponent's friends or one of my friends could get involved if things are going south. There's nothing that limits that from happening, so it's just all bets are off. Whatever occurs, occurs. If you read the books, there is a whole lot more ambushing. And in fact, that's what the Fremen did all the time. Any of the spice harvesting that happened, whether it was, well, mostly the Harkonnens had to deal with this because the Atreides were trying to be nice peoples. But yes, worms were an issue, and worms always come, but you had time and you could scout for them. What they couldn't do was predict when a bunch of Fremen were sitting in the rocks or in the sand waiting, and they would ambush them. That we do kind of have, but people shy away from it. They don't like that. They don't like getting ambushed. I personally don't have a problem with people ambushing. If you can pull off a good ambush, that's an achievement. You know, that's an achievement. But I would also prefer more of the dueling aspect. You'll see in my descriptions and stuff, I always talk about misbehaving, and I often make Firefly references because I love that series and that show. Firefly is awesome. There is a scene where Simon, one of the characters, and Captain Reynolds, another character, are talking, and Simon is basically saying, "How do I know you're not gonna, kill me when I'm sleeping?" And I love the delivery and the lines. And Captain Reynolds says, "You don't know me, son, so I'm going to tell you this one time. If I ever kill you, you'll be awake, you'll be armed, and you'll be facing me." That is how I prefer any kind of PvP stuff. I want my opponent to know that I'm somewhere. Maybe you don't know exactly where I'm at, but I'm on the field and we're trying to kill each other. So let's do this. It doesn't have to be where we're standing in a ring. It doesn't have to be, whatever. And I also do prefer as much of a equal fight. I'm not going to say fair, but an equal fight on equal terms. Don't show up in a tank when I've got a pistol, However we're going to fight, we're going to be on relatively equal terms. And the main reason that I do that is because I want to fight somebody to either know that I'm better than they were, or to know what I did wrong so I can make myself better. That's what I've always done with PvP. I don't care if you kill me. If you kill me, one of two things happened. Either you're better than me or I let you do it. And if I let you do it, I want to find out how to not do that. That's going to make me better as well. I don't believe I've ever been killed in a PvP game where it, made me rage quit and made me freak the hell out. Everything's a learning experience to me. I just want to be better. Not better than you, better than me. Whatever mistake I made, I want to not do that again. Makes me better. So the next time we face off, I don't know about you, but I'm a little better. I do more of a very self analysis type thing, It's more looking at myself and my own performance than what the bad guys did. Although I can definitely respect an opponent who's skilled. And yes, there's people who say, "Oh, video games aren't, there's no skill in video games." Yes, there is. It's coordination, it's hand-eye coordination, it's knowing patterns, knowing things. Yeah, there is skill involved in it. There may not be any athleticism involved in it, at least not for us, but the things we're making people do, but there is skill involved, and a more skilled player is supposed to win. They don't always, but it's supposed to win. So that's how I look at PvP, and that is why you rarely see me doing it. There's just no point. I'm not gonna get a good assessment of what I did versus what the other person did. I don't know what their skill points are. How much combat points do I have invested in my skill specializations versus them? And it's too chaotic for me to care. Can I do it? Yes. Have I done it? Yes. Do I want to? Not really. There's other things I'd rather be doing in this game. That's the issue I see, is that PvP is the root problem. This is medication. This is taking cough syrup for pneumonia. The underlying problem is still there, and I think one of the key things for that is, I don't know if you're on Reddit or any forums or any discords, but there's a large group of people, the griefing crowd, who are not happy about this. because this is wiping their targets away. How do I feel about griefing? I've got better things to do than grief people. I don't need to tell somebody, that I own them or that I'm better than them or that they suck. If I beat you, I'm just going to fly away. You know what happened. I know what happened. It doesn't do anything for me personally to run my mouth, talk shit, whatever you want to call it. And it's just the way I am. Do I expect other people to play that way? No. Because I can't. I can't expect everybody out there to be just like me. So, they are who they are. But, boy, you got everybody in here. What's up, Sparta? Yeah, definitely needs grade 3 to 5. Station. Like me who would prefer harvesting in the PvP. So I think this is patching an underlying problem. It's not going to fix the problem. There was a post on Reddit where a person put up a screenshot from a Discord server for not only one of the world servers, but the one I'm on. And I know the people that are in it talking. And they were commenting on how this change is just ruining the game for them. It's great because they really enjoyed running around and finding, people farming in areas they shouldn't be and just ganking them. They would attack single players in groups of 3 and 4. It was Wild West PvP. That's what the game's set up for. But they're crossing a line because now they're saying that they're just going to go into the PvE instance and grief. So griefing is when you intentionally do things not to win and not for the betterment of your own position, but just to ruin the experience for someone else. That's all you're doing. Your actions are just ruining it. If there's one item that's a reward and you're fighting towards it and somebody else is fighting towards it and you get it first and you get out, was that griefing because that made their experience worthless? No, that's just the way things go. But if you were to sit and wait, and when they show up, you allow them to go through all the hardship, and then you just kill them, and you either steal their stuff if you can, or you just kill them just because it's funny. Look at all the hard work you did, and then I just shot you, and now it's all for nothing. That's grieving. And it's wrong. There's a special breed of people that live that way. I don't know the science behind it, but there is something wrong with them. If your enjoyment requires the lack of enjoyment from other people, you've got some issues to deal with, and you should resolve them. You're not really a functioning member of society, and you're also not going to go very far. They usually cycle through friend groups pretty quick. It doesn't take long to get tired of a person who's like that. Maybe you're on their good side today, but then just on a whim, now you're not. So they usually have a revolving door for friends, and they go someplace till they wear out their welcome, and then once everybody bands against them, they move on and maybe show up again, whatever. But griefing is wrong, and it shouldn't happen. The game is built for it, allows it to happen, is what it is. But people are probably going to go into the PvE Deep Desert now, thinking everything's fine and dandy and everything's wonderful and safe, and it's probably not going to be. Depending on where you are. Still not totally safe. Keep your head in a swivel no matter where you are. Do I think this separation is good? Yes, but there is one core thing that bothers me about this. And I'm going to go, I really don't like this game, not Dune, Destiny. I really don't like it anymore. But I had so many good times and so many stories and so many experiences, and that I have carried with me. When I was playing Destiny, I dealt with a lot of people that were in my guild clan who weren't good at something. Whether it was they weren't good at PvP, they weren't good at raids, they weren't good at sniping, whatever it was. And I love helping people do things. I love helping. That's why I do this channel, is to help people, maybe when they're watching, they'll see something they didn't know and it makes their experience better. That's awesome. It's what I live for. But there were times where I would have a person who would say, I'd say, hey, you want to go do this raid? And they'd be like, yeah, no, no. Really? Why not? No, no, I'm not good. No, no. A lot of that was that they didn't want to be that guy. That guy is the one who ruins it for everybody because they're not that good. They don't know what they're doing. For whatever reason, they do something that makes everybody else take extra time to get, or maybe we fail where we're, instead of winning. Nobody likes being that guy. You don't want to be the person on a team that's holding the whole team back. And it creates a barrier inside to where you just say, yeah, I'm not doing that. And I had people who did not want to go into raids because they didn't know what they were doing. They thought they weren't good enough. And we went through and I taught them, this is what you do. This is what this is. This is what that is. And step by step in a way that wasn't, there wasn't pressure. There wasn't pressure to succeed. And I tell them, we're not going to beat this encounter, but we're going to learn how to do it. And then when we have a full group, then we'll beat it. And there were people who never would have thought that they would ever finish a raid. And they're doing them all the time. And I remember one time I logged in and there was a group in the little raid chat and there were 6 people, some of the people that I had helped break that ice, that were in there with other people and they were doing it and they beat it. And that was awesome for me. I was so proud of them, me, everything. It was a great time. I didn't even get to do it, but they did, and I had a hand in that. Separating out PvE and PvP and removing all the PvP things here in Haga Base, I don't know what a person's entry point into Dune PvP is going to be like. Where do you go to learn? Because the way it looks to me now, the only option that you're going to have to do Dune PvP is the Deep Desert PvP one, rows B through I. So what do? You fly out there and you land, you get in your ship, and as soon as you fly off, rockets are incoming. And down you go. Where's the introduction point? Where's the kindergarten for PvP? Again, maybe that's going to be in this rework that they're doing. I've said it before. I'll keep saying it. An arena of some type, for goodness sakes. Preferably both, personal combat plus vehicular combat would be awesome. But yeah, valid point, Ripper. See that? How does a person get into PvP now that they've completely separated? And I'm nothing special here. So let's take a look at something. When we go here, I'm at level 66 in combat. I've been working on it, which means that I'm going to get, a 66% damage increase, 33% damage mitigation. And we look at my inventory. I've got level 3 and 4 armor. I switched out to a power harness just for the energy. But level 3 or 4 armor, I've got level 3 up to 3 to 5 guns. What's going to happen when somebody who just, say, comes back to playing the game and they say, let's try out some PvP, and they go out there and meet me? What's going to happen? Even with me not preferring PvP, I can do it. What are their chances? If they have no skill specialization, they just got into it, because you're going to be able to go to the deep desert pretty early. They're going to go out there 30 minutes in. They're going to go out there. They're going to get their ass handed to them, and they're never going to go back. That's what's going to happen. There's the slight possibility, depending on their server, that maybe they'll go to a place that has, a decent crew there, a decent set of people. And, if they go in and say, hey, I'm real new to this, and they'll be like, oh, let's go out. You know, we got a dojo built out wherever. Let's fight there. And maybe you can learn the ropes. But it's going to be unlikely, especially with groups of people who just want to gank you, just want to grief you. Let them find out that a newbie and somebody else are learning. So they'll sit, they'll wait, and then they'll ambush you. And then they'll giggle and laugh and fly away. Maybe they should have kept some of the Haga places still PvP. Maybe they should have left Haga alone. We were looking at a way to start, as a guild, start working on some of our combat. And the idea I had, and I didn't say anything. Some people are watching right now, so they'll see that. But the thought, my thought was that we would learn, you know, like get your aim. You can aim without needing PvP. But eventually we're going to have to start seeing what damage you're doing and what's occurring and etc. And the bullets and the rockets are going to need to count. They're going to need to hit and do damage. And our options were to go out in the deep desert where I've got marauding groups. So chances are we'll get ambushed. Or on our siege, we can go over to some of those larger areas that have PvP zones around them and still work on it against each other. But those are gone now. So I don't know. It's different when I want to chill farm. I go to the GPP. Let me read up on some of these. How awesome would it be to temporarily create a state where if you were part of X and Y guilds and you're in a duel, you could be attacked no matter where you are in Hagar or Deep Desert. See it? Yeah. They push this game as you always have to be careful of a knife in the dark. Not in Haga, you don't. Not in Haga. You can do anything you want there. It's different when I want to chill farm, but I may want to dabble now and go to the mentality is different. Well, the other thing about it, this is one of the issues I have as well. Like I said, I'd like to be on equal footing with somebody if I'm going to confront them. And a person who has their character completely specced out for harvesting, you know, when you look at some of these things, planetologist, right? They got sandcrawler yield. So when they're running their sandcrawler, they're getting more. If I were to wipe all of this stuff out and put everything I've got into combat and fighting, I'm not on equal footing with somebody else. Somebody who is built for farming. And that's another reason why I didn't mess around that much with PvP. Because I didn't want to go out there and jump some guy who's just trying to collect spice or just trying to collect mining things. So this does solve that problem. If you're going to go into the PvP deep desert, you don't need any of this stuff. I mean, yeah, they say there's the equality or like you get that 2.5 modifier, but why would you, you know, I get it, you know, higher risk, higher reward, but no, you go out there to fight. You don't go out there to get to mine spice. Go to the PvP one where you don't have to worry about any of that stuff. Yeah, 2.5 is nice, but 2.5 increase to all you get, but you don't make it out of there, that's 0. I was waiting for the last day to migrate to the lowest popular until every... So it won't matter anymore. Yeah. This does change server migrations. I don't recommend the one I'm on. I'm on the Solution Bull. Just because there's a big group of people who are just assholes. And they want to be. That's not my opinion. In their own words, they'll tell you that's what they are. They love to rage bait. They love to just name call. They're just trolls. And for them, it's fun. That's what they enjoy doing. I don't understand it. I don't agree with it. But unfortunately, I have to deal with it. And even if you do, you go to a server that has people like that on there, there's still going to be some interactions. One of the people on that Reddit post, they made the comment that now they're just going to land on somebody's crawler. Like if they see somebody crawling in the deep desert in the PvE side, they'll just bring their carrier down and land on it, jump out, throw a thumper, wait for the worm to start coming, and then just as it's getting there, they'll jump in their carrier and fly away, because you won't have enough time to get down there and get your own and get it. So they're still trying to find ways to unnecessarily be assholes. And the other thing about having a straight PvE is you should always kind of have your head in a swivel for bad actors, even in the PvE side, and I still do that. I don't just land on a medium spice blow in row C and just, turn the music on and start singing and ignore it. I'm still looking around, because people will drop down, throw a thumper, drop down, throw their shield on. They'll do things that put you in danger, so you still have to watch out for it. But yeah, PvPers will likely still farm in PvP, since 50% are PV exclusive. The PvE D&D will be crowded, may become scarce in resources. There's one guild that gives a shit about PvP and D. Yeah. And they attack everyone. Carrier and carrier griefing. Well, the people that want to do that kind of stuff are not going to be happy with a PvP only deep desert. They don't, they will fight people to fight them, but they're going to need that little griefing itch to be scratched if that's what they're totally looking for. And there's going to be a whole section for them to do it in. Yeah, they've done so in the past. I remember when there was a time that you could pick up somebody else's carrier or crawler with your carrier, and then they would take it hostage. So do I think this is a good thing? Yes, I do. I would say it's a good thing. My concern is I don't see an entry point for PvP anymore. They are saying they're going to do a rework, so maybe they're going to create that entry point. And if they do, that's awesome. Then I'm fine with it. Technically, griefing is against terms of service and can get you kicked out. I've seen a lot of people that do griefing. I've seen a lot of people that obviously break terms of service as far as their chats and their behaviors, but they just seem to keep coming around day after day after day. I've reported one person because he greatly crossed a racial slur line, and I put that one up. That was back months and months and months ago. I normally am pretty good at ignoring people. I don't care about people running their mouths. It's annoying to me, but unless it's directed towards me, I really don't get involved in that much. But you can report a person for griefing, but I can't see that it does much. I don't understand it, but I'm not a dev. I'm just a little douchebag who runs a small channel. So that's my thoughts. Yeah, I've reported people for slurs as well. I even will I'll let you go. You say some dumb stuff, I'll just be like, dude, shut up. I'll go. But when you really cross a line, like really, really cross a line, then you'll get my attention, and I'll take part in some of the sheriffing. The whole time I played Call of Duty, which was a year and a half, 2 years, I could count on one hand how many people I reported for cheating. I was playing DMZ, and I went into a cave because that's where my mission was, and I'm going through, and it was me and two other people, and then all of a sudden one of my teammates died, because it'll tell you, and he was like, holy crap, and I was like, dude, what happened? And then my second teammate died, and he said, who killed you? And it's like, yeah, it was the same person, and they were at the mall. They were almost 2 kilometers away through obstructions, and then they shot me inside a cave. I was underground, and they put a sniper round through. So we're looking at a person who's cheating. That guy I reported, because it's incredibly obvious that you're going to pull 3 shots through buildings and the ground and headshot people. So you've really got to be a cheater for me. I've been accused of cheating. I had a guy one time in a multiplayer match in Call of Duty where a guy shot the crap out of me, but I did get away, and I was hiding around a corner, and I heard him, his little running footsteps, and he came running around the corner, and I guess he was hurt as well because I shot him once with a pistol in the head, and it dropped him, and he accused me of cheating, saying like, "How did you know I was there?" And I'm like, "Well, first I heard you, and second, shot you in the head at close range with a handgun, and you were already hurt. Like, why do you think I'm cheating? Just because you got killed doesn't mean the other guy's cheating." But, what's up, Chris? How are you doing, my Scandinavian friend? Can I call you that? So, we've got enough yapping. Let's get to some of these, because 18 is a big number. We got to get it done. Because I don't know how much time we're going to have before the way it goes. I have, as I said before, I was focusing very heavily on combat, and we did make some progress on this. Now with the separation, I don't know if combat's going to quite be as big as it was. It still helps in testing stations and the dungeons, the overland maps. So I still want to do this, but it doesn't have to be number one priority. It still is the number one priority, but the others have gotten a lot closer. Exploration, we're starting to wear down on exploration as we're getting a little higher up here. Yeah, the worm threat would be nice. Fuel efficiency, all this stuff is really good, but we've got a lot of good bonuses there. And my backpack, very rarely do I get it filled now, which is super awesome, huge. Gathering is still way back burner. I usually only do gathering missions when they fall into either an exploration or a combat or a crafting as well. So that's usually the only time I do those. The red-headed stepchild of my skill tree. This will be 100. This will probably be 100, and this will be 100, and this is still going to be 14. Sorry, sabotage, but I'm just not with you. I know that we've got headshot damage, and that would be really great. I've been working on doing better with headshots, but also on my skill tree, I do have the tractor field, so no point in doing headshots with that. But it does make you a little lazy. The scanning ranges, the house script bonuses, none of this stuff is really all that useful to me. So 14 it is. But yeah, this will be 100, this will be 100, this will probably be 100, and this will probably go over 50 before this hits 15. Just my personal preference. Whatever you want to do, go for it. Really depends on your play style, how you play, and what you do. Combat is always going to help you because, we do shoot and stab stuff. And the other ones, crafting makes your stuff more durable. I've got somebody in my guild who's way high up here. The same person that made that power pack for me, so he's at like 80 something. But I don't want to be like, hey bro, he'll do it. That's the bad thing. He'll gladly make anything you want for him. But I'm like, I don't want to do that, Log in, play the game. If you're not busy and you want to make a couple things for me, that would be great. But I don't want him to end up spending all his time making stuff for everybody. Just makes me feel badly. And like I said, he'd do it in an instant because he's a great guy. So if he's on there, he knows who he is. He's the guy I got the shotgun pattern because he had one and he was offering it up for trade. And I got that from him. And he came over and made that power pack for me, but I still made the shotgun myself. I could have had him do it, and instead of the 48% crafting durability bonus, could have had the 80 for that one as well. But I was like, dude, I don't need you to do that. So again, we continue on with a focus on combat, and then kind of an equal focus on crafting and exploration. Honestly, I think I'm going to move crafting up, so it's going to be combat, crafting, and then exploration. Those are going to be my focuses just for the style and gameplay that I have. I want to be able to do the dungeons a little better. I still struggle to a certain point. I don't see myself doing anything really higher than 20 because otherwise it's just making it more difficult on me for no reason. The exploration stuff, those backpack volumes are good. The only thing that I'm really super excited about in this is that worm threat's going to be pretty cool. And this worm threat will be pretty cool as well. The dispenser power drain I'm looking forward to as well. So there are still a lot of good things in here. Boosting heat. Whatever with the damage resistance. I mean, still, they're all good things. So cross the line. I've run out of these. There's not too many left that I haven't gotten. Just the end one, I think. Yeah, just the end one and the one in the middle. So I've got one at 77, which is pretty far away. And then the final line increase. But like I said, I'm not really running out of space anymore, so we're happy about that. And then crafting, of course, this stuff is cool. You know, the fabrication cost, getting better stuff recycling, these are all nice. But the durability is what I'm really focusing on, just so items don't break as often. I don't really care about the gathering bonuses anymore. Yes, it would be nice, but oh, there's the one. Corpse compression is going to be cool. So 58 is definitely a height. That's a number I want to hit. From my experience, guild crafters enjoy their role. Know a guy like that who's more than happy to be employed in that role. Yeah, you do. I just don't want to take up all their time and be like, hey man, come build this for me. Get over here. Make this better. So yep, this is it. Exploration is going to go third. Even though this is all sorts of great stuff, we can deal. I want to start working more on my crafting, but again, combat is the focus. So let's go ahead and pick out some missions that are going to make that happen. And if you're like me, and I know I am, I like to try to put as many of the areas. You know, if I'm going to go to Blushing Cavern, I want to get a bunch of stuff done there. So let's take a look. There's nothing except this, so that's terrible. And this one might be able to pick up some extras. I have not been back to this place. I should probably go. We'll see. So we got a couple explorations that are local. These are both here in Haga Basin where we're at right now. We may just go ahead and knock those two out just to get some new missions in their place. And we got another Blushing Caverns there. So we got 3 that are in Tsimpo. Might be the one to do. This is in 152. You know what? We got all 3. Let's back to Tsimpo we go. We're going to do this just because I want to put points on the board for my team. Oh. Yeah. So I already have all the swatches for these guys. Honestly, the houses I have left are pretty much just the sabotage ones. And a couple here and there. I don't have any for the sabotage ones. The only way I'm going to get those is if I save them after this number hits 0. So we'll do another team bonus there. And finally this one. I am currently working on House Alexa, and I don't have them yet. We're going to confirm that, and I'll show you that we have done quite a bit. Cancel. We've done quite a bit. We're at 9,000. So if I do 5 more crafting missions, that'll be another swatch out of the way. We also figured out how the clock for the Landsraad missions work. They reset at the 6-hour time left, and it's synced with CET time, but not local. Oh, okay. That would be the timer up here, huh? All right, so we get these done, and we're going to get ourselves down to 15, which is an improvement. Right away it says bring a hand scanner, so we got to make sure we do that. This one doesn't need anything else. Neither does that. So, do we, in fact, have a hand scanner? We do not. So, did we put it somewhere? We did. We put it right there. Let's switch this out. It's not going to be needing some healing. Load it up for healing. We've been getting hurt a little bit. I want to go fix this belt before we head out. I was doing some missions yesterday because I actually got up to 30. It was terrible. Sorry, I hit the mic. Sorry. Yeah, we were up to 30, and I was like, oh, I got to get some progress on there. So we did get it down pretty far. I got it down to 12. I thought about pushing it to single digits, but then I was like, no, I need stuff to do tomorrow. So tomorrow being today, right now. So I got a forge set of armor. And I'm still wearing most of it. I like that because it works well in the dungeons, the fire and all that stuff. But with my new power pack, with a higher power pool, I also wanted to go here. Because this increases my maximum power by 50. It's not percent, it's just 50 extra. So I was running around with 800. Now I'm running around with like 950. Loving life. Dash stamina cost is a little bit more than normal, but I need me some light darts for the old shell burster. I haven't used it. Should be a bunch of light darts somewhere. Not in there. There we go. Let's move you down here because the order does matter to me. And I don't have to start picking up light darts now. Never even fired this thing. This is brand new, so we're definitely going to have to quit the game for no reason. We're definitely going to have to use it, and then we're going to yeet ourselves out of the base. Why not? Thank you. Okay. Off to Tsimpo we go. Never fixed ye old Thopter here. That all was nice and yellow. Then we flew in through the storm. I was like, well, thanks. I tried to get out of it. It was rolling like right on top of me as I came in. So I was kind of like, So as it passed over, I just jumped in the Thopter and tried to get away from it. I mean, it did work, but whatever. There's worse things. See, like, where is it? There's a ship around here somewhere. I always fly over it for no reason. Oh, this thing down here. That is a small PvP area. There is a ship right over there. Sometimes I'll fly over it. That was the only complaint that I had about PvP areas here in Haga Basin, was sometimes I just pass by them and I got the music and the countdown things going. It's like, calm yourself down. I'm just flying over. You know, I'm crossing over at 100 and some kilometers, 200 kilometers an hour in a thruster scout. Calm yourself down, dude. We're not going into the zone. And that did kind of cause a little bit of a problem in my eyes with the long timer. The short timer to get in it, it's only 5 seconds and you're in. And then all of a sudden it takes 30 seconds for you to get back out. It's like, dude, calm down. So if they'd have made the PvP bubble a little bit smaller, I think that would have been smart, but honestly, it really doesn't affect me. Um, I've already done all those ships, so there's not really too much of a reason to go back in them. The only time I ever really did, okay, there's two things that I was still going to the Haga PvP for. Number one was we'd go through Shoal in order to get the irradiated slag to make spiced, infused fuel cells for the big spice generators. But the wreck of the Taiki takes care of that problem 100%, so we don't even have to worry about that. And the other one was I have 2 achievements left to get in order to be 100% in this game. One of them is I have to start a new character so that the worm can eat me, and I can tell Paul Atreides that I don't want the bike. I've gone over how I got screwed out of that one because I didn't get the bike and I didn't get anything because the game locked on me, and that's why I died from the worm in the first place. But yeah, I got to go in and say, nah, bro, I'm good. Don't give me another bike. I just got to get off my butt and do it. And then the other thing is I need to kill Harkonnen troops because there's an achievement to kill the opposing factions' bad troops. And deserters don't count, scabs, Masquerade, all that. You have to go and fight actual, still part of the house troops. That little area we were looking at, they call it something, Helios Gate. I don't think that's what it's called. But there's a couple places that are Atreides troops. There's a couple places that are Harkonnen troop. Down by Shoal is the one that I would usually go to, but there's only like 5 or 6 guys there, and I got to kill 500. So, yeah, I have no idea how far along I am on that, and yeah, I wasn't too excited about doing it. I'm waiting for a few things to return. PvE divide, server merger, closure list, private server details in full. I'm returning 100%. Psyched to be done with the PvP. Well, I hope you enjoy it when you do come back. They haven't announced when this is going to occur. I'm assuming it's going to be pretty soon. I don't think I've seen anything that said when the new patch was coming out. I think they've kind of gotten smart enough to where they talk about what they're going to do and then they let the community talk about it, see what the reaction is before they implement it so that they don't have to backtrack, which is a smart move. Because if you say, hey, we're going to do this and the entire community is pissed, maybe you shouldn't do it. We don't normally like surprises, but yeah. So I'll give them credit. That's actually a smart move if you think about it. Server merger and closure list, still haven't seen that yet. But the big issue was, you know, if you're going to go to a server that's got a huge amount of PvP people, but now that's going to be solved. So the population's not so much of a concern. It's just, can you tolerate the people that are there? I don't know if any of my Odin friends are on right now. Passage of Artemis, there you go, thank you. Beast's Claw. Yeah, the edge of the Acheron is the one I always go to, Jiggy. And the Beast's Claw is, I've been there, you know, at least to knock it out of the completion section, but I don't go to that. I should start hitting both of them in order just to get that thing. I'd love to see that pop. But yeah, if there's any of my Odin friends on, I know they used to like to arrange things. Arranged combat is incredibly good. So with large groups of people, but then, you know, you have, only takes one group of people to ruin everything. Scan, proximity, Solido, projector. So I'm always, I'm kind of cocky about this because I've done these missions so many times, just go through. Sometimes I don't even track them. This is only my second time, maybe my third time being here. I came here to unlock it, and then I came here to do some of the quests. So I don't know jack about this area. I don't know what would be the rate to do them and how you can double them up. Come on, man. So we're literally just gonna have to go to we're gonna have to go to things. And eventually it'll make sense, right? I'm not sure which one we're heading to. Why is that there? Okay, well that was one of the missions. So, hooray. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Which one did I just do a thing for? Let's see. Travel to the ruins. Travel to the ruins. Travel to the ruins. So, I don't know what I just... I guess this. There we go. You know what? Let's just track this. So we'll knock it out. Oh, look. That was the place we were headed to anyway. So, hooray. How am I having sunstroke, dude? There's no... Okay, whatever. We're going to do some probing, guys. Oh, I found the archives. Oh, I got you. I think there's going to be bad guys in there. Oh, I got a shotgun. Please be bad guys. Do something. Find the trade post. That is over there. Also, I don't know this area well enough. I don't want to just fly around through it. I miss my cape. I don't have scout armor on anymore. I'm just going to slide down that hill. It's fine. Oh, I heard voices. Yeah, come on. I think that's a real person. Oh, you're on fire. Do you? Why is your shield still up? Mike, okay, you know what? Ooh. Shotguns are cool, but not against them. Find the destroyed Bila. That's gonna be over there. Do you have anything on you? You do not. I'm gonna take it anyway, though, apparently. Oh, hi. Oh, he's not a real person. Neither is that. Wait, is it? Maybe it is. Nope. Pick up the spice cache. I picked up the spice cache. Yay! Now we get to leave. Okay, so that's one down. We'll do this one, I guess. 196, and that one's like 200 and 400. So yeah, that's probably the... That is the closest one, so... Alright. Wasn't really trying to do that, but... And someone's gone. So, you're fine, dude. Yeah, we're getting serious distance now, so loving this. Power harness and... Just the one I was supposed to use the scanner with, I guess, but I don't know, you just follow the... It's not that hard, I mean... Search the stabbed dead body. That guy's over here. Hello, stabbed body. What's this person doing? See him run all the way down here and like around? I don't know, crazy. Find the supplies near the cistern. That should be over here. Oh, that was one of the ghosty things. Let sister... Oh, yeah. I remember that. Find the fortress. Kill the ghost. I think it's 176 meters this way. That it right up there. Bye, hologram people.
Shields up. Where's my backup?
Why not? Right? Why not? Hi. I guess I wasn't supposed to just run through there and kill that person like that. Okay. Hi. Return to the ornithopters. There we go. Holograms have a ghastly, ghostly glow to them. I gotta make it so scary, man. And this one? Yeah. 160. I don't want any of that stuff, although I should probably start taking those, right? The light darts. That's the only gun I have that has light darts that uses them. Oh, look at you, still alive. Oh. There's a hologram. Squish. We're just gonna go. I don't have the time to mess with you guys. Far away. I don't think I can jump through any of this stuff. It's like solid terrain.
I see someone. I got your... I need help! Enemy sight! I got you covered!
Not the gun I want. I guess this is the one I need that for, huh? Okay, fine. Access the eastern projection array. Central and western. Okay. $52 and go get that one right away. Can we get there quicker? Yeah, we can. $100. That's $100. So. We're gonna try it. We're gonna go overland this bad boy. Yeah, see, we can hover forever now. Oh, and we're shaded finally. Drink some water. And we shall go. Overshot it a bit, but... Okay, that's done. Find the workshop. It's down there. Guess this won't be quite so bad when once we get through here more often and we know what we're doing. It's down. Through here.
Someone's here. In the blow.
Oh, these are peoples. I'm backing way away. Oh no, you're gonna punch me and kick me. Am I not supposed to do this? Oh yeah, I am. Pick up the Solido dissembler schematic. That's it right there. It's gonna make me do something else too. I'm not done yet, am I? Okay, this is a pain in the butt, man. Oh. Like those short, sweet missions. I mean, we are doing 3, but still. Scroll faster. I'm not gonna do phase dancers anymore. This is making me do too much stuff. I need to get some distance here. Uh-oh. And we lost all our speed. Oh, I was following the wrong thing, I believe. We'll go ahead and claim these, though. We still got one more to do. Oh my gosh, we went the wrong... We were so closer. hurt ourselves pretty substantially there. Oh. Okay, might have been better to have, because this, obviously was a quest area that we already hit. Might have been better to do that and then come to this. I don't know. We'll get the pattern down here pretty soon. This the cave? Yeah, this is the cave. Yep. Now I gotta search the Cave of Illusions. What's up, guys? Nice dodge for illusions. I am trying to do something, dude. Seriously.
Ah, there's someone here. Die, die, die!
Acquire the Solito Protection manufacturing data. Okay. If I have to. Hit you. Can I go home now? Yeah, we go home. So yeah, it would definitely be better to do all the pre-stuff and then come over here to the Cave of Illusions and then go home. So finish this one completely before we got some speed before we do that right there. Okay, I got you. We're learning. Yeah, we can make this jump. Oh, we're about to die. No, we're not. The old me was about to die. The new me can hover forever now. There we go. Alright, so that's 3 down. We should be down to 15. Sounds great. Click on here. We are definitely down to 15. Smugglers Run. If we have a permanent finds, we'll do that too. Looks like we don't. Like that one. Alright, so we've got some Blushing Cavern, kill any witnesses. That'll be a good one to do. House election for the win. And Spring in a Trap is for that area as well. We'll do that for team. Might as well go ahead and do a Decapitation strike too. I don't think there's anybody else that's, yeah. No, I'll tell you what, we're probably going to go do Smugglers Run real quick. Just run around the block, and then that'll open up another spot and get House Election a little bit further. Sure. We don't need our scanner, and we really barely needed it anyway. That's not what I want. So, there we go. Already got the bike with me. So we'll be good to go. I don't know if you guys can see him back there. He is sleeping away. He's doing a little doggy twitch. God bless him. He got some milk earlier this morning. Mrs. Rabbit ate her breakfast. She gave him a little bit of the bowl that remains. And then she went out and about doing fun stuffs and left me here with American Bulldog milk farts. Not cool. It's been all day, too. I had to go out and do some yard work, and I was so thankful for it. It was like, phew, get away from the milk parts. He's old. He's very old. So he gets to do whatever he wants. Wonder how talking about milk farts from my old dog is going to affect the algorithm. Good luck with that, YouTube. Good luck with that. Find out what my target audience is for that. Always carry salvage metal with you. It's so handy for all these stupid missions that you have to go do. You got to craft a sealed recorder. You got to craft these trans eyes. You got to do all sorts of crazy stuff. So carry a little bit with you. Perfect. You know, that's another thing they should do with this. So the only challenge for this for me is I keep trying to beat my previous score. I want to have more than 48 seconds left on the clock when I get around through. But it, I feel like they should give these things some difficulty changes. For instance, when I first jump on here, I've got, I think, 2 minutes. And you should have one that you only have like 1:30, but it gives you some extra bonuses. I don't know, almost the equivalent of like, you know, if you finish, like say there's 3 different levels, and if you finish the 3rd level, you get 3 times the reward. 3 times the missions come off the list. So, you know, I'm not getting extra missions, but I got over 2 minutes. Okay, whatever. 2.5, I guess. It's not going to be a problem anymore. Like how we get our Smugglers Run cruise. Oh, our Smugglers Run cruising around music. You don't have to go fast. Just be consistent. You want to stay on the speed most of the time, but even if you do let off, it's worse things. Make sure your landings are good when you have little error moments like that, and don't overcompensate like I just did. Light taps. Overcompensating again. Still doing great on time. Nowhere near. Did a 46-minute run the other day. Or 46-minute, Jesus. I had 46 seconds left the other day. And I was like, dude, so close. Nah, it really didn't count. I hit the candles. Alright, let's see if we opened up. Coming and going. That's going to match up nicely with... oh, that's already selected. Damn it. Reading the mail. So I got to knock these out. Then we could do some reading the mail, and we could do a decapitation strike after that. Alright, well, whatever. Let's take a look. 11, so I just need 3 more crafting ones. I don't know how well we're moving up. We did that one. We just got into 68, so that's cool. We got 67 at least. Is what it is. Get up here in these higher levels, man, and it, hey, takes quite a while to move from one side of the board to the next. He was twitching a second ago. Oh. We have to go to Blessed Cabin. Out of all of these overland positions in these places, this is the one I'm tired of the most. Done this one way too many times. Next is Broodworks. This at least is somewhat smaller. So it's not quite as bad. Tell you what we're going to do, though. I think I have an open spot, don't I? Because I didn't take another mission. So let's see. Spring in a trap. That's the come and going. Spring and trap is combat. So we should get... Man, I don't want to... Tell you what, we're going to get rid of the race against time because it is only a 750 now. If I get rid of one of these, I should be able to open up Fire Operation. I don't want to lose that because that's a great one. I love doing that. I'll tell you what, we'll get rid of this one. Let's cancel this and see if we can get Fire Operation to show up. Ready? And big money, no whammies, and stop. Just there. What we get for trying to do something cool, right? Oh, come on. Can I stop falling down the side of the mountain, please? Oh, milkworms. Oh. Gotten pretty good at this part, though. We can land these pretty well. This one's always been the hardest. It's a very small area up there, and we always come in really hot, as you can see. And we'll ricochet off the side. Oh, come on, man. Wish I wouldn't hit that button. Alright, so now we gotta go down there and make some eyes. But I think what we'll do, we will try to get a couple... Try to get some bullets downrange. There you go. Oh, come on. Dying of heat stroke up here, but nope, we're taking some pot shots. Oh, there you are. Oh, that was good. See, like I said, man, sometimes you just gotta take the shot, you know? Let's drink a bunch of water before we get too crazy here.
I see someone.
Okay. Should be one more? No, I think I might have got them all. There's Uno. Dos. And 3. Now, once again, we got to go into our crafting menu. I don't know why, like, I can make 66 of these damn things. Crazy. This is also a good one to do when you have the mission to kill Cassian and Leon, because you're kind of running around in this area. Fortunately, we didn't get the good pull. So we gotta go kill these guys for no reason other than to go do it. Which, honestly, in this game, that's about the only,
There's someone here. Be quiet, Baka.
that's all the, motivation I need. Oh, look, there's two of them. Great. Okay, so that one back there, I don't know why they... Okay, I gotta deal with you. There we go. Divide and conquer, baby. Safety cones. So I used to do knee charge, and that's how I would get my my height for the suspensor belt to take me where I need to go. But now that I've switched over to Shigawire to doing it, and I always had Shigawire loaded, I just never did it, man. So many better... Come on! There's so many better options. It just didn't key up for me. And I like doing this run because what ends up happening here is this one is the second place I got to stick one of the little eye things. The third one is the cave entrance. For the other mission. So, it works out really well. I think it's down here, right? Yep. I went one too quick. You know, with the new setup, I wonder, can I make this jump? Let's try it. Oh, yeah. Could have aimed better. Some distance. Really surprised it gave me that shot. That one was good. What's that guy doing all the way over there? I've never seen him run that far up. That might interfere with my mission here, dude. Oh. Sometimes if you're quick enough, you can actually stab both of them at the same time. These guys usually split up. Okay, so that mission is done. Now we just gotta go down here. It's a shame, because this is right where Opa Fire would end. Hey, I'm gonna come back for you. I'm gonna kill this guy. Oh, I came over here because I thought you'd be a shotgunner. Or a drill shot. Oh! You know what? Get up. You're doing well. Let's do this again.
They're here.
It's nice. That's what I've been wanting to do. Really got to work on my parries, just the straight parry. This heavy push one is nice, and it's real easy to pull off. But I want to be able to do both. Huh? I said I want to be able to do both. Oh,
I see someone.
I do miss using the turret, because we can set the turret up right here and just deal with that person. Nice. Nice punch. A little too late there, big guy. It's okay, though. Alright, there we go. So both of those are done. Didn't even bother tracking them. If there's any movement penalties for the going to a heavy armor set, chest piece, I'm not really seeing it. Whoa. It might be there, but it just may not be enough for me to be so concerned about. I went with the light armor because I preferred the mobility and the dashing. But we're trying new things. Gotta evolve ourselves. Otherwise we get stuck doing silly stuffs. Doot and doot. What I would love to do is click this over and see some the Taiki missions popping up. Let's see what we got. Might just do this because we're here. We still got 49 minutes before we could reset, so we have to do what we have to do. You know what? We're gonna do it because we're right here, and it's not that long. It doesn't take long. Maybe if we're lucky, we'll get a mission on the Taiki. Yeah, the stamina cost. I think the armor I was wearing was like a 6. This is a 7.5. Although stamina, I think, is one of the issues for me. I do tend to run out of stamina far more than I should. So this, that 7 from a 6 ain't gonna help too much. Ooh, this might be a problem. I hope they're there. Because we did kill some of these guys. I didn't even see that other one. Still got it. We still got it, folks. Where is your boss? That's who I was kind of scared of because I already killed him a second ago. Oh, there you are. Oh, okay. I was just getting ready to do some crazy stuff. So what happened to me once was I came here and killed this guy. And then I went down and killed everybody at that camp. But I never picked up this stupid gun. So I had to come back up here to pick up the gun, which then brings up the next quest step. Unfortunately, they were already all dead. And the first time I killed him, I couldn't pick up his flamethrower. So what I actually had to do is go back to the Ornithopter, go back to the Overland map with the mission still loaded, and then when I came back to here, it had respawned them. So that's what I was just concerned about, was the fact that I'd already killed all those people up there the first time I was running through with that the other Transeye mission. But it looks like it was long enough that not only are they back, but these guys are too. I see you all the way over there. We'll get some poison on you for starters.
yourself. You're warm.
Cool. Alright. Ah! See that? That was crazy. Made me feel sad. Man. One thing that I saw with the update that they're talking about doing now, they're doing the custom servers. Which is kind of cool, but also I understand why they have to do it. But the fact that once you go to a custom or a self-run server, you can't ever come back. I guess it makes sense because, you know, custom server, you get to set up the deals. So, you know, you could put resources in ridiculous manners. Alright, that's great. Can we get a wreck of the Taiki, please? Sorry, I didn't mean to hit the mic, guys. I know that sounds terrible. We're going to get this knocked out. It's along the way. And we got reading the mail, which gets us another house, a Lexan one. That's in the same area. I think that's the only stuff that we could do, though. But maybe if we're lucky, we'll get not the testing station one, but the one that's for the Taiki here. We've already got this one for exploration. And then we might get the power thing that goes in there. So, hopefully. But we got to go kill some sandflies. What are we at? I didn't even look. 11. That's great. We get these done, we'll be down to single digits, which is awesome. Got 15 minutes to go before the end of the stream. I cannot run a custom server. I do not have the upload capability. I have broadband internet. That's why I can't stream in 4K. So until that changes, I would not be able to meet the processing power for such an endeavor. Unless I made a world for just my little old self, that would get boring. What a horrible job to just stand in that hallway holding a spear. They're doing a great job of it, though. They're perfectly straight up and down, but man, what a terrible job. Alright, so this actually is poo-poo, because the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to make these stupid surveillance eyes. We got to stick them on the towers, but we got to wait until all 4 of them remain. Guess we can start heading that way. I like to start on the right-hand side here and work my way left, just because it works well with the next mission. Surprised it didn't hurt me there. We kind of came in. Hello? Thank you. Oh my gosh. I'll just hit the ground. I was trying to do it slick, but you know what? Oh. Hi. Alright. 2 down. I love how I'm placing these sensors, but I don't kill these guys, so they're just cool with me sticking them there. they're like, hey, when that guy showed up, the weird guy, remember he was running around? And, like, why did he climb up the towers on all of them? I don't know. Has that little box always been there? Yeah, it's pretty sure. Never looked. That's such garbage. Okay, so now that we got these done, the next step is to head over here and get one component. The second component is in the same place as the first steps of the decapitation strike. So we're going to go do that real quick. Doing a lot of jogging. So we go get the first piece, which you come all the way up here. Hi, buddy. Grab that. Now he can set me on fire all he wants. Alright. Sorry. So that was step one, and then... Get real. Now we're going to switch over to the decapitation strike. Because here's the sergeant. Ugh. Now we got the sergeant's code somehow, I guess by stabbing him. And we run in here. Oh my gosh. Let's go. Probably get set on fire again. Nope, they tried, but we were too quick. Alright, and here is the second step of the other mission we were doing. You can see it's highlighted. It's actually up there. We're going to go kill the lieutenant first. And then on our way out, we will grab a second material. And then the last step is to craft that thing. Who are you? Never been two people in this room before. That's weird. Who's this guy? Alright, let's get down here so nobody's shooting at us. Oh, hopefully they don't shoot through that. And at this point you can make the power generator, and then technically that part of the mission's done. Last thing you gotta do is just go to the ornithopter and it'll be good to go. Yeah, as you can see, exit the area. But let's bring up Landsraad just to show you what I'm talking about. So for decapitation strike, we just killed the lieutenant. Now we got to kill the commander, and the commander is up there. Another benefit to Shigawire jumping with the suspensor belt is I used to only make it to like right there maybe, or right there, you know, but we can actually, if we do it right, which we didn't, I've made it all the way up before. And also, we can get here. You don't really have to sugar wire it, but you can. Dude, I just saw the flamethrower guy come running in here. I'm gonna kill you, because you've angered me. But that gets at least... Oh! No, I didn't want to do that. That gets that part done. You have to crouch in order to get through there. You jump here, crouch down. Kill this douchebag. Ugh. And we're good to go. That was cool. Have fun, guys. Oh, you son of a bitch. I got stuck on the bottom of the copter. Normally I'll just sugar wire to that handrail and Superman my little happy butt out of here. But no, we decided to clip the ornithopter, so we're gonna have to start all over. But now, with our extra power pack, our power harness chest piece, and all sorts of other fun stuffs, we got enough energy to make it all the way out. Perfect. And there's one. And there's another. Hit the mic again. So sorry. Let me lift this up. It's going to be gross and loud. Sorry. There you go. All right. So we want the sabotage. Did not get the other one. House election, we just needed one more mission. So we're going to do that one. We're going to do the energy of the future, because that's going to get us onto the wreck of the Tyche. Would love to be able to do 3 on this one, but the game says no. But we can do an exploration. And I'm 35 minutes away from being able to cancel it, so. Everybody else. Everybody else is not where we need to be. So, that's good. This will get us into single digits. I can live with that. Should have put on my radiation suit right now, but it's okay if you don't, because you land in a safe spot when you do land. So, as we're doing this and finishing up another wonderful night of Landsraad missions, keep in mind we did have quite a few. So, getting it down to 9 right now, that's doable. I may do a couple more after the stream's over just to knock them out. Don't want to go to the Tsimpo area anymore, though. I should, but I don't want to. I just need to get better, get smarter about it. Know the routes better, and you don't do that unless you do it, so maybe we should quit being a baby. Angry, hungry baby. But, so in retrospect here on what we're talking about tonight, are these changes good? I think so. Will it bring people back? Yes. I don't know if they're going to stay. The reason I say that is there are times I'm approaching 1,600 hours in this game, maybe even broke it. There are times I wonder, why am I doing what I'm doing? Like, why am I here? Oh, he tried the same thing. Dude, if I could let you live, I would. So, like, I come here to get this. I've got 4 stacks of this back in my base. I have plenties. And with the changes to durability, I'm not making things as much. Even under my own, my crafting's high enough, so literally, what am I doing? What progression am I working on right now? And to be honest, this is for me to be able to do dungeons, the overland dungeons, so that I can make all of this stuff grade 5s, and I could put grade 5 augments on everything, so I could be super awesome and strong in doing everything. But I mean, what is there to do? A lot of times you'll see in forum posts and discords and such, people are saying that the taxes drove people away, the PvP drove people away. the lack of content did more damage than either of those two. Yeah, they were kind of annoying. You know, the taxes were annoying. They weren't that big of a deal. They weren't the problem. It just that just made you log in once every 2 weeks. For Christ's sakes, the power requirement. You literally could play this game for an hour a day, every 2 weeks. Log in for an hour, go power up your base, go pay your taxes, and then turn it off. Go watch The Boys or whatever. You know, I mean, it wasn't a heavy requirement. It's just people forgot to do it, paid a price for it, and then that made them sad. So taxes and that they didn't chase as many people away as we think. The guy who's stabbing you. I'm on fire! Dude, this guy was completely engulfed in flames, and he just ran up and stabbed the shit out of Charlie. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen. And then I just ran and hid, because I don't need to deal with a guy like that. That's beyond my pay grade. Said random Wreck of the Taiki individual. But yeah, lack of content did way more damage than taxes or stuff like that. We're gonna go to a non-irradiated area so I could sit here and babble without getting myself killed, or at least set this down because I didn't do it earlier. Let's go in here. Oh, no parts is up. Look at you. How you doing, buddy? Hey, what you doing? Want to say hi to everybody? What are you doing? No? Okay. Endgame content. That's a big reason people left. If you don't, like, what do I get out of this game? This is like a time killer. It's kind of relaxing. I could just come in and, you know, run around and do some stuff and see some improvement and see some skills. Once I get to the point where I'm getting level 5 gear and level 5 upgrade stuff, luckily I'm in a guild, so I could work towards helping other people out. But honestly, what is there left to do? And these chapter updates, it's cool to add some new story stuff, but they make that accessible to everybody. So being a more advanced skill set player, like, you know, you're farther along and you're higher level and your specializations and all that, these chapter updates are like going back and doing a side quest that you skipped, but you've already beat the game, so now you're just going back and cleaning everything up. Yeah, some people will come back, they'll start playing, but then they're going to drop off again. Much like taxes. Taxes weren't the total problem, neither is this PvP issue. It does do a lot. We're going to lose some PvP players just because the PvP is not strong enough to support an active PvP base. Hopefully they rework it and make it better, and that'll keep some of those players around. Speaking as a guy who would do PvP if it were better, maybe. Like I said, I need structure. I need a little something more than just stabbing for the fun of it. Again, I don't know if they're going to do that, so don't know. The server merges. If you're not in a guild and you're watching this, join a guild. You know? It's so much better. Almost any game you play is going to be better with friends. And you know, I'm not saying if you join a guild that means you guys are picking out curtains and it's going to be the most involved thing in your life. Like for me, this was a really bad week in real life with work. So I told everybody, I was like, hey, sorry I'm not around. You know, I'm just kind of, it's been bad. And they're all like, dude, it's cool. You know, take care. Just whatever you got to do. So it's not that intrusive, you know. But 95% of the fun I've had in games was with friends. And those are all friends that I made playing the game. the hell am I doing here? What? Why have I lost track? Find the power pack schematics. Is that what I'm... I guess I didn't... Oh, it's this one, not... I'm dumb. Okay, so that... Okay, I know what I'm doing now. Okay. We're back on. So that we got to go all the way to the end of the ship. The next thing up is to make this power pack. Now, let me show you a neat little trick. I've got the other thing... That is not what I wanted to do. I wanted to do that. Sorry, did the wrong thing to that guy. Oh, hi. I don't like... Oh, no. Now we're going to get stabbed and... Really tired of enemies with their, Can I rebuild stamina at all? Dude is just running up on me, doing the blast. Enemy suspensor blasts are a little out of control. They do them far too often. And even though I dodge out of it, it still hits me for some reason. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Oh, you're still alive. I forgot about you up there. You're not alive anymore, are you? If you don't have the mission tracking for these jasmium crystals, you'll know you get them when you can see right there. I'm 11 meters from it, but I'm gonna mine this guy here. When that little icon up there on my compass disappears, then I know I've got enough, because this is no longer part of the quest line. So we'll do that. Now you see it disappeared. That means we got enough. So now we can go to the second one. That'll just help make it a little faster, so you're not bouncing around and constantly doing things. I saved this video clip. I was thinking about putting like highlights and blooper reels for every week together. So let me go ahead and spoil that. I was doing this mission yesterday. And, you know, you can come along and sometimes you'll see little crates laying on the ground from where people have dropped stuff. There was a guy who had left a crate right here, and I went over, and there was a whole bunch of jasmium crystals from that previous step, a bunch of scrap metal, and a construction tool. I'm like, dude, somebody hit the button too quickly and dropped something really important. So he's going to get back and try to figure out where the hell that construction tool is. I didn't pick it up. But, yeah, somebody's not going to be too thrilled. Gots to pay attention.
Who goes there? There's someone here. Damn.
You know what, dude? You're going to get the shotgun. I got to reload it first. Oh, that works pretty well on the little dudes. He's laying funny. I'm sorry, it just tickled me. This is more of a supply run than it is doing missions, you know? The only reason in the deep desert that I would go and do the shipwrecks is for this item right here. This is the place you get the plasteel plates. Need that for producing things, building stuffs. But you get it here on the wreck of the Tyche. The same thing with irradiated slag. I used to always go to Shoal to get that. Now I don't have to. I guess if we're gonna hang out and do the deep desert PvP stations when there's no PvP for it anymore. I guess. I need that accelerated Holtzman shield. We're going to do a little side trek over here. We're going to come over here and grab a bunch of plant fiber. Why not? Sometimes we need to make some filters. Sometimes we need to make health packs. And sometimes we need to change the carpeting. And you need some plant fibers to make rugs. And this place has a ton. 340 just by coming over here. There's more on that side, but I'm not too thrilled. Don't need that much plant fiber. What is going on? Why is everybody dropping construction tools around? I thought it was weird to see one. Now I just saw another. That can't be a mistake then. But why would you have more than one on you? Yeah, it's a ton of fiber, dude. And if you wait long enough, it'll all start respawning. Here, let me drink water before I die. There it goes. So I just pulled 340 from it, and there's some more here that I didn't grab. But yeah, this is all going to respawn immediately. So I used to go to Haggis South to get my plant fiber. Now I just get it here every time I come to the wreck of the Tyche. It's just a shame that you can't access your ornithopter. See, this is what you normally find in those things. Oh. We must craft the experimental power pack. Did I miss something? I know that that was there. Oh, I guess I just wasn't fast enough. Now this... Okay, so I'm already out of the wreck, so it doesn't know that I've left it. So I actually am going to have to go back down to an entrance. I'm not going to get too crazy here. Luckily, that wasn't too big of a poopy. There we go. We're so excited about getting plant fibers and looking at things on the ground. We weren't collecting our items. But with that extra backpack and volume space, we're able to carry quite a bit of stuff. Still have room for some more. 46 out of 50. Repeat it. But yeah. Okay, so once a day I pick them up for going to the wreck and another when exiting. Easy 700 to 800 fibers. Yeah, it is, dude. It is crazy. Yeah, to free up a spot. Yeah, but why would you drop your construction tool? It never breaks, and it's very handy. I guess if you build a base and you don't care about making anything else. I guess. I would drop some other stuff before I drop my construction tool. I don't know. It's just me, though. Play how you want. So, what do I think about the deep desert splitting? I think it's a great thing. It'll help a lot of players take some issues out. There's still going to be griefers, but they're going to be everywhere. It doesn't matter what you do. Report them. I say report them, but man, be careful with that. You got to know when you're getting griefed and when things are just happening. You know, I was compacting one time, and a player came down, and they rammed into my carrier, but then they just flew away. So they weren't really griefing me, but I mean, I could have overreacted a little bit and been like, "Oh, what are they doing? Why are you messing with?" But they just flew in, smashed into me, and then just flew off. They weren't mean, they weren't nasty, they didn't even say anything bad. They're just messing around. So who cares? You know, be a little thick-skinned. But if somebody lands their carrier on top of yours to keep you from being able to take off and put the thumper down, yeah, you're obviously getting griefed. And if somebody, you know, builds a small base close to a one of the large spice fields, it just keeps flying in, throwing thumpers down left and right. If they do it once, who cares? You know, go, okay, had your fun, now get out of here. But if they're going to keep doing it over and over again, yeah, they're obviously creating a problem. So do however you want, but be a little easy on it. Don't get too... I try to be a little reserved with that report button. Just thick-skinned, you can handle it. It'll be okay. I think there's a lot of encounters in PvP-oriented that people don't quite understand exactly what went on and overreact or just feel a certain way about it, and it's not necessarily the way they thought. But griefing's going to happen. You're just going to have to learn how to deal with it. If you can identify it, get them out of here. I'd like to see them leave. Makes the game better for everyone. If you leaving the game makes it better, you should oblige. It's the best thing you could do. But yeah, I think it's going to be okay. I do worry that there's just no way for a player to learn how to do PvP. There's no, you know, you can't learn how to fight players by fighting NPCs in Haga. They're just not the same. You can pattern out NPCs so easily. They're nothing. So I don't know how we're going to onboard players into PvP, but maybe with the rework, that'll be different. But I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a good time. I do hope some people come back and do find a love for the game. They're going to definitely need to do a little better with their end game to keep people hooked and keep people playing. That's Arakeen. I don't need to go there. Actually, I do, so I'm gonna. Actually, I don't, because I was gonna say I'm pretty full of stuff, but it'll be okay because I can transfer to the vehicle from here. But this is where we're gonna end it. Tired of getting ganked farming large fields. Yeah, you know, the thing about that though is large fields are in the PvP zone, so you gotta kind of expect that it's gonna happen. It is what it is. I mean, the other concern is going to be so many people on a large field now. There's going to be too much activity. Grandpa's going to come and eat that whole field. But we'll see. We'll deal with it. We'll learn. I think there's going to be way more good points than there could potentially be some bad. There are some bad, but it's outweighed by the good. Don't know anything about hosting my own special server, so I'm not really qualified to talk about that. But, no. Hi, kitty. Pickle would like to say hi. Well, we got a cat butt in her face, so that means it's time to go. Well, thank you for watching, everybody. Do appreciate it. We're gonna try to get now that the seasons are changing. Hopefully, we'll get some better time not so crazy. I know, dude. I know. How don't you hop down? Get down. Hey, you can come here. Nope. Okay. Hi, lady with the weird hat. Yeah, but you can't get a large field in PvE. That's why PvPers hate the PvP part of the game. Yep, exactly. You're talking to a guy who has soloed quite a few large fields back on a less active server. But I was always kind of prepared for getting attacked, and I was solo crawling. If you see somebody solo crawling, they're most likely not able to defend themselves, and a nefarious person, you're just asking for trouble. So that's another point. You know what? I was getting ready to do the whole goodbye thing and all that, but we're going to bring this up. We've already limited PvP players to just specific areas. And if we still venture as PvE players into those areas, we can't be mad at them for attacking us. I mean, we're giving them restricted areas. Only half the DD map is for them. And even if I don't particularly like chasing people down or attacking solos, some people do, and play the game you want to. I can't really get mad at somebody who goes after somebody in the PvP zone. I was able to get just as much spice in my crawler doing medium fields in PvE. Again, that was on a lower pop server, so there wasn't very much competition. But I can't get mad at people for attack. I don't even get mad if it was like 4-on-1 against me. I went into PvP. Yeah, I didn't want to get attacked. I'd much rather sneak in, fill up my spice crawler, and get the hell out and be like, yeah, dude, I did it. But if it doesn't happen that way, I knew what I was getting into. I think it'd kind of be neat if there was a large field that would pop in the PvE zone. That would be kind of cool. But we don't need it now because there's going to be a PvE desert. No, you're going to sit with me because I know what you're going to do. You're going to stick your butt in the camera again. People do not need to see your butt. This is Pickle, by the way. He is, I guess, my cat. He hangs out with me the most, and he loves me. That's why he climbs all over this. You got to pay your April rent. One more. Okay, I'll put you down though. Okay. You a good boy. You know. Got an extra one. So. Don't get me wrong, I don't like it when it happens. Especially if it happens to me. And I am upset about it and I don't want to lose my equipment, but you know. You jump in the pool, you might get wet. Anywho. I'm excited to see the changes. Again, I don't know when they're gonna happen. I know they just kind of announced it. So we'll stand by and wait to see. Like I said, my server does have its share of douchebags, and they have been vocally unhappy. Which I'm not gonna say that makes me happy, but I don't feel sorry for them one bit. Good riddance. Yeah, it is kind of funny. I'm not gonna antagonize them. But yeah, we'll keep track of it when it happens, and we'll be looking at that. I will personally be on the lookout for griefers so that I can try to foil their attempts. Oh, hi. That's a player. Hi. Yeah. We'll have to see. But I think it's good. Couple issues. Hopefully the PvP rework will give people an inroad to do PvP, and I myself would like to I'd like to get more involved in it myself. See what it's all about, and hopefully get a little bit of skill and ability for when the PvP rework comes in, so I can jump right in on that as well. But they need to give me a reason other than look what I did, you know? Who knows? Anyway, guys, that's our 2-hour mark. Mrs. Rabbit just got home, so I got to go talk to her. And I will see everybody hopefully on Monday again. This next coming week might be a little frazzled, just like the previous one was. So we'll have to see, but I'm going to do everything I can to be on Monday. So thank you for watching, and as always, I will see you out there. Take care.